May 25th, 1917, Paris Island, South Carolina. Dear Mother, I suppose you've been wondering where your wandering boy has been for the last 3 days.
I'm on the island now and will be for 9 weeks, by which time I will be a full-fledged Marine and ready for service. I am falling into camp life. Although some things are awfully hard to get used to, Mother, I believe I can weather it all and come out a stronger man, both physically and mentally. We have a lot of hard work to do besides our regular drill, mainly labor, and your poor city boy has got to be hardened. We marched to the new barracks, a distance of about 5 miles, as there were 16 companies of 72 or more men each, all marching 4 abreast. It made quite an impressive sight. We are the first in the new barracks, and consequently everything is new and clean. Mother, don't you ever worry about writing me news. Just tell me what you did from the time you got up until taps, and shake in a little love, as you know how to do so well. And I will be tickled to death. With all love, from Harold. We have spent most of our time during the past week on long hikes into the country, to the west of Quantico. We go into battle order, which means our knapsacks with full gear and canteen, and the carriages with all the ammunition boxes and the guns aboard. The whole battalion leaves camp at about 8 a.m. and keeps up a steady hike until 10 o'clock. More maneuvers in the afternoon with lecture and instruction on what we are doing, and then, about 3:30, we start for home. I am the number 3 man on our machine gun, and therefore one of 3 of our squad who goes up on the firing line with the machine gun. The rest are signal men or ammunition men. It is my duty to help put the gun into place, unload, and return the empty magazines to the rear, and receive the signals from our captain. The 6th Regiment is starting to leave the camp now, Mother. Rumor says our machine gun battalion will soon move out too. I suppose you have been wondering where is my wandering boy tonight for the past 2 or 3 weeks, what kind of a Christmas dinner I was eating, etc. Although we all took a guess at it, none of us were certain until we hauled up somewhere in France. That place, somewhere, is probably the best-known place in France, and will continue to be so until we get through over here. But I will try to write often so that you will know that all is well. Remember a year ago that day, Mother? We sent real white carnations, in regular style. I got some flowers this year too, but they aren't carnations, and I picked them myself out in no man's land. That is, part of no man's land on which no wandering German is liable to spot a flower-seeking Yank. Old Heine finally got me, Mother. A wound in the calf of my right leg, or as a grand Englishman said while our hospital train was in the same station as theirs, just a blighty one. It is nothing serious, being just bad enough to take a man away from the rain and mud and excitement of the front line, and put him in between 2 clean white sheets and a fine big hospital back in the sunny, peaceful part of France that the war has not touched. One thing I am sorry for is the loss of all the pictures I had received from home, which I had been carrying so long through all the battles I had taken part in. The best ones were in my pack, which I had hastily flung off at the first field dressing station I ran into after being hit. You have the films, though, so they can all be duplicated again, and it won't be a total loss after all. Dear Mother, my time is being devoted toward leaving the hospital, and the few weeks of luxurious ease is far behind. This is just a short note, Mom, to fill out what might be too long an interval between letters, but you may look forward to a longer letter soon. From your boy, Harold.
November 20th, 5:39 p.m. Alice Reilly. Regret to inform you, message from abroad states, Private Harold Edward Reilly, Marine Corps, was killed in action on November 2nd. No particulars are available, except my heartfelt sympathy in your loss of one who nobly gave his life in the service of his country, Charles G. Long, Brigadier General.
My dear Mrs. Reilly, I have felt impelled to write just a few lines in appreciation of your boy, to give you a picture of Paddy as he was known to us, as we saw him. Ever cheerful, with a smile and a word of encouragement of everyone, always a soldier and a gentleman in the fullest sense of those words. His conduct and character evoked only respect and liking from his comrades, and when word of his passing became generally known in the company, he was mourned by all. And I would hear some boy whom I thought had never known he lived express sentiments of admiration for his life. He was an example to us all, a modern Galahad if one ever lived. He died as he lived, cheerfully and thinking of others, doing his duty and trying to lighten the other fellow's burden. For the boys tell me that just as they prepared to rise and advance on that gray, misty morning, Paddy was joking with one of the boys, cheering him up in that instant before the plunge. And as the line rose and advanced, he went with a smile and a nod of encouragement as his last message. Sincerely, Edward C. Bass.